This video is an update to my David Bowie's Tumblr, Kabbalah, Costume, and Elvis Presley Black Star video. I received an email from a David Bowie fan, and they shared this with me a few days ago. I should have probably mentioned it, but this was before the Tumblr update. And, wow, he took out, oh my gosh, the guy took off the 2 new pictures. He posted 2 new pictures, I believe yesterday or the day before, of a banker and 2 bankers in top hats and a guy in a medieval pirate type costume, but sailor's type costume. His latest post says, "I am not David. This is not David's account. Any likeness to images in his videos are coincidental. Rest in peace, Mr. Bowie." Now, this is more than a coincidence. He posted this image a month before the Lazarus video came out. So he is someone in the know that did see the Lazarus video a month before anyone else, a month before the public. So he had to work for David in some way, even if the intern of the guy that edited the video. We don't know what level to what degree. It has a Facebook page. I believe it's facebook.com, the Villa of Orman. Yeah, this is the Facebook page. And this guy obviously runs the Tumblr page. The reason we know the Facebook guy is the Tumblr guy is because he posted these pictures. The first picture, I believe, was from August of 2015, a long time ago. And I wish I could find it. He posts a Aleister Crowley quote, and we know that Bowie, he liked the mystery of Crowley, but some people are saying Bowie was a closet occultist, and I guess that's possible, but I don't want to say anything negative about him. We don't need to speculate. So this is the interview from 1997. I believe Musical Express was the magazine. And the question was, so were you involved in actual devil worship? Answer, not devil worship, no. It was pure, straightforward, old-fashioned magic. Question, the Aleister Crowley variety? Answer, no, I always thought Crowley was a charlatan, period. Don't need to go any further than that. I always thought Crowley was a charlatan. So whoever is running the Facebook page is obviously a Crowley fan. I originally thought that this Villa of Orman guy or girl was an employee of Bowie in some way, and I thought Johann Renck, because he's a big Crowley fan, I have heard. Let's take a look about how big of a Crowley fan he is. So this is an interview between Noisy and the director of Black Star and Lazarus, Johann Renck. The question is, I'm thinking of British occult legend Aleister Crowley, who David references in Quicksand on Hunky Dory. The pentagram Black Star on the prayer book is Bowie immersed in Crowley's uniform of imagery. And the director, Johann Renck's response is, well, I'm a huge Crowley fan. I've always been. I tried to make a movie on his life a few years ago, but we didn't manage to put it together. I love Crowley for being an audacious man at a certain point in time. This is something that I'm sure Johann thinks he has in common with Bowie, and perhaps in Bowie's earlier years he was a Crowley fan, but we have the quote that Crowley is a charlatan according to Bowie in 1997. So I still believe this is an insider. I'm believing less and less that it's Johann, though, because the villaoforman.tumblr.com, R.I.P. Mr. Bowie. I seriously doubt Johann's gonna put R.I.P. Mr. Bowie. He's not gonna delete images, and he's not gonna say R.I.P. Mr. Bowie. That's just my impression. I still think it's an insider that worked for Mr. Bowie, and maybe they even called him Mr. Bowie. I don't know, but this is just an update on that. Now, I wanted to mention, because I just did an episode on sleep paralysis, And I do believe sleep paralysis is related to negative entities. And in the music video, The Stars Are Out Tonight, I thought it was interesting that there's a scene showing a sleep paralysis incubus or succubus dream demon. This character is clearly representing a succubus dream demon, or even a sleep paralysis dream demon. She's on top of Bowie, and this is a classic picture that the director is recreating. So who's the director of this video? Alright, the video was directed by Floria Sigismondi, born in Italy. Floria Sigismondi, I'm sure she's familiar with the sleep paralysis dream demon, incubus and succubus medieval woodcuts. There are a lot of them depicting this exact scene in a lot of ancient drawings. I've seen one that almost exactly matches that. I mean, this is one of the famous woodcuts. The demon's sitting on the guy and putting pressure on you and sitting on you, getting on top of you. These invisible entities, they do this. We can't see them, and because of the modern world, with all of our modern day technology and distractions, we don't know what the medieval people knew. They didn't have TV, and so most definitely they romanticized and mythologized these stories, but they also had a greater sense of the subtle things in life, such as the invisible world. This looks like a incubus, somewhat similar to her, or a succubus more specifically. Sometimes it takes hours to find really good woodcuts that aren't commonly seen, but the director definitely is talking about a succubus or an incubus spirit that is either giving you a demon dream or sleep paralysis, something like that. And she's sticking her long fingernail thing into his mouth, and this is just for artistic reasons, but this is a good illustration of what a succubus probably looks like if you could see one, but we can't most of the time. Here's a good one. Here's a good painting. This is a good one. Yeah, here is a demon sitting on top of this woman. He's just sitting on top of her. Now, is she dead or is she sleeping? I guess it's open to interpretation, but it's very similar. They just sit on top of you. It's a representation. It's a depiction of an event that we have seen many, many, many times. Okay, here's a more modern version, but as you can see, there are lots of depictions of this very thing. As far as who runs the villaoformand.tumblr.com, that's neither here nor there. One thing I am confident in is the lady in the beginning of the Lazarus video. She most definitely represents a familiar spirit. You could call a familiar spirit an angel of death, because they have insight concerning their subject, who they've been following around their whole life. And the insight they have is my human that I'm assigned to is going to pass on pretty soon. Bowie making his exit is definitely artistically genius, and as many have commented, Bowie supposedly put this costume away in the 70s and left it there. And I thank you for that comment, the person who messaged that to me, but there were 2 or 3 or 4 people that actually said that, and I never heard that. That's an interesting story, that he actually put this costume away. It represented the bad years of the 70s. I guess it just represented the darkest days of his life, and that this is his dark days being brought back. Now, I don't believe death is the end. I think we live beyond this. I think there's a higher dimension. There's something called string theory, or M theory. In M theory, the universe is built up of at least 10 membranes on top of each other, stacked on top of each other. And these membranes are the different dimensions. But the M theory membranes, we're on the 3rd dimension / 4th dimension. David Bowie is probably in the 5th, 6th, or 7th dimension right now. I personally believe he's alive. But if you don't believe his spirit lives on, his music definitely lives on. And David Bowie left us with a masterpiece. I'm very happy that he left us with Black Star. And I'm also very happy that he left us with The Next Day. 2 amazing albums. And rest in peace, David Bowie. I have a lot of videos in the works. I have many videos in the works. I have a Stanley Kubrick video in the works, Clockwork Orange, The Shining, Moon Landing, 2001: A Space Odyssey, Barry Lyndon, the lens he used in Barry Lyndon, he borrowed from NASA, the most expensive lens ever used on a movie set at the time, could film in candlelight for the whole setting of a scene. I have episodes on anti-gravity, Disney, Walt Disney, Pirates of the Caribbean, the Illuminati, touch upon that. I have many subjects I'm planning on talking about. Reptilians, clones, you name it. I thank you for watching, and I will have many more in the series of the attributes of demons. Part 3 is coming soon. I thank you for watching. This has been John Rasmus with Occult Unmasked. Be seeing you.